All right, welcome back to another Shop Milk Room podcast. I'm your host, Average Joe, here with
Adam Lenhard.
All right.
Thank you so much. I'm happy to be here. It's a pleasure.
Yes, sir. So, Adam, tell us a little about yourself. What's your passions? What you got going on for yourself in life?
Yeah. Well, my name's Adam Lenhard, or Bossman Music, and my passion is to help the earth and the people on it. And I think the best way to do that is through one, I think spreading joy. I really think we spread joy. People are willing to listen to the important things that help cultivate more joy throughout our community. You know what I'm saying? I got a degree in agriculture, so I'm very in tune with trying to help mainly water usage. I think that's my big area of focus.
Okay.
Yeah, just today I was reading the New York Times today, and they were talking about water usage in the Colorado River, and it's getting drier and drier. It's just getting less and less because our dams. We built some dams. I know we're already off in agriculture now. Like that's not what I thought we were talking about, but we're talking about dams right now. And basically, damn indeed, man. We kind of cursing this. This I love it.
You love it.
We won't bleep it out. Basically, we're fucking with it too much with dams. We're fucking with the water because it's a cycle, you know. Mm-hmm. So when water rushes through the Colorado River, it goes all the way to the bottom of the river, and it completes the water cycle, but also the cycles within those ecosystems and microclimates that are kind of within this biome near the river. You're probably wondering, okay, Adam, why are we talking about dams?
Yeah, good. Yeah. You made it from the get-go that you're very involved with just wanting to love people on Earth and this and that. And by the way it sounds like you're trying to give back to the Earth as is.
Exactly, because it completes that cycle. Because if you take, you have to if the more you give, the more you receive, because that's what you're allowing the universe and your environment to allow. You're producing to receive more. And I feel it. You never get more than you're ready for.
Yeah, most definitely.
Sometimes it edges you, just a little growth, but Yeah. But you, what's your type of deal? What do you?
My type of deal. So I believe my overall goal and my overall purpose in life is to be more of a giver. So in a sense, just assist those that are in more need of myself, whether it be financially, physically, spiritually. Whatever way I feel I can assist somebody. That's just the route I go about it.
Just to give.
So for example, let's say I had a gentleman come in today. He was kind of all over the place,
scattered.
He was scatterbrained.
Yeah, happens.
Just had a lot going on, and every so often you find yourself in a situation where you kind of just want to push this person out the door or whatever. But
it happens. Sometimes you're playing with somebody and they're like, oh my god, and they're like.
Exactly. So you kind of have to set yourself back for a second and say, all right, let me listen to this person out and see what their frustrations are, and see what I can say that can possibly motivate them or inspire them to want to do better, or even whatever faults that they have going on in their own life, what they can do to correct them. Mm-hmm. So I just feel like I'm more of a people person. I try to be here for the people.
For the people.
And for the people.
For the people.
But so tell us a little bit more about yourself. Where are you from? Where do you come from?
Where do I come from? My mom. Oh, thank you so much. Okay, shout out to my mom.
Shout out to the mamas.
Yeah, shout out to the moms. That's my mom. Yep. And your mom.
Yeah. Shout out to Mama Dukes.
There you go. Absolutely. Well, I'm from Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay.
Yeah, so I grew up Marietta, Georgia, which is right outside of it. It's where the new Brave Stadium is now.
Okay. So what made you want to travel all the way from Georgia to California? Because there's a good distance between.
There is a good distance. There is. The short answer I would say to most people is it was the people, the plants, the music, and the ocean.
Oh, okay.
But the long answer, I guess that's kind of what we're here for. Kind of want to hear the actual answer. That's why I say that when I just want to keep moving on. I keep walking down the street, but people are like, well, what do you mean? And I'm like, well, I guess the right questions, I guess. But I went to school in Auburn, Alabama.
Okay.
Yeah, so I would say I got a degree in agriculture.
Educated man.
Yeah, I'm an educated man. I have a degree. Get ready for this. I have a degree in Batman.
Do you have a degree in Batman?
I do have a degree in Batman. First graduating class.
Explain more so about that.
So I had to jump off some buildings and fight off some crime. But along with that, yes, of course, a lot of crime in Auburn, Alabama. But it's crime. It's just all the streets, just me and a ukulele on the streets out there. But it was a degree that stood for Biological Agricultural Technology Management.
Oh, okay.
Bio-Ag Techman Batman.
Oh, Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Batman.
in that
So-
acronym sense, it makes a whole lot of sense.
Yeah, exactly. I started off as like a civil engineer,
Okay.
then an environmental engineer, then a biosystems engineer. Yeah, he's like, man, that sounds boring. I know, man. Then I read something like calculus, and they told me I have a major called Batman. And I was like, oh. And you only have to do 1 year calculus. I'm like, oh, okay, let's sign me up. So I did all that. I go through the school, and while I was in college, played music throughout with the uke.
Yeah.
Here, I feel like we're in college. Okay, I'm gonna deviate a little bit from how we got to California because there's still a good bit that happens before we got here. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah. All right. So, in fact, yeah. We'll get back to high school at some point. But in college here, I graduated in 2022.
Okay.
So 2020 was second semester sophomore year, and then first semester junior year for me.
Okay.
So I had a full senior year and a full freshman year. So I was able to kind of be at home, like in college. Like I was still in college and everything was going down, you know. I was like under my parents' roof, but not under my parents' roof. So you know what I'm saying?
Especially with like COVID quarantine and all that.
Yeah,
going on.
exactly.
So,
I was in my apartment with my buddies. We were like just drinking beer, playing basketball on the fraternities courts. Like it was hilarious, you know. Like every day we'd play a board game. Like it was awesome. That was what we were doing at least in college. But after that, it all released, I thought in my mind, okay, we're kind of off the races. Mm-hmm. You know, that's at least what I saw. That everything stopped, and it's going to eventually start again, and we're all starting again at the same time. So what I did is I would go out to I go out to the restaurants and with my ukulele on my back, and I go up there, you know, here, can you hold this real quick?
Yeah, absolutely.
I go up there and be like, yo, like my name's Ak, I play some music, and I'd be like, you know, I got, you know, I'm just like, play a little ukulele for it. And sometimes it works, and you know, so I played this one place called the Draft House in Auburn.
Okay.
And this woman named Claire, she was the manager there, and I played, you know, where I won't back down, that's right, I won't back down.
All right.
So I
threw a
play,
little soul into it.
yeah, exactly,
All right,
man.
all
Well,
right.
that song means a lot, you know, because if you really listen to it, you know, if you really, you know, you stand your ground, you won't back down, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I always like to think that when life gets rough, you got to get tough.
Yeah, most definitely.
That's-
So maybe well, no, it's actually on the course of topic, but let's actually bring back your ukulele. Let's
Yeah,
talk
we'll
about
come
that.
back.
So
Yeah.
So on the ukulele, what pursued you to want to play that? Because
Oh,
everyone
okay.
has like
Yeah.
a passion when it comes to music, and I know with certain instruments it calls to them. So
Yeah, like an origin
What
story.
drew you to the ukulele?
Okay, well, so I'm a happy guy. Well, actually, no, I'm pretty sad. It's just rain cloud all the time over here. So I need something to kind of match, you know, positive energy, I thought. But also, really, do you remember you ever watch like America's Got Talent?
Yeah,
Yeah. Do you remember there was that ukulele girl, Grace Vonderwall?
I believe I remember.
She was
that.
just going on at that point. So I remember in my mind seeing her. I was like, okay, she's playing the ukulele. That's like an instrument, you know? I was like 16 at this point. So
Okay.
I hadn't played anything. I played the trombone in middle school. But I was like, you know what? I want to try and I was feeling a little down on myself, a little upset as spaghetti about, you know, being a 16-year-old.
Yeah, remember those times? Life gets you a little low.
Yeah, life gets you a little
Gets you
low,
low.
exactly. And, you know, I was acne, so I had Accutane too. So I was just it was
so
a mess.
you were getting hit from all angles.
Exactly, man. And, you know, I got the glasses and the contacts too, so
Oh,
it was
man.
like the braces. Yeah, it was a whole thing. But I was like, okay, you know what? There's ways to make us feel better. And I went down to the music store, and I knew like a ukulele was only like $15. He was like, okay, well, like I'll buy it myself, and if I don't like it, what's $15?
Yeah.
Now here we are, you know. But I started playing it, and it was really great. And so, so everyone also asked me, like, when did you start performing? That's a very common question I always get. I got the ukulele, and a week later, I did a song. This is my mom. You know Molde?
Molde?
Molde, Avogadro's number.
Yeah.
Okay, there's a lot of science we're talking about here, I guess. That's very sciencey music podcast, I guess. But you know, okay. So the way I remember it is here. Can you hold this one more time?
Yeah, most definitely.
All right, so my mom and I was learning the song House of Gold. You know, 21 Pilots, like, she asked me, son, when I grow, will you buy me a house of gold?
Yeah.
So yeah, I learned that song. It's the first song I learned. So we had a project for Mole Day, and so I was like, you know, I'll make a song. So me and my mom, we wrote this song together. It goes a little something like this. Let's see. Yeah. I once knew a mole named Avogadro. Don't get confused with avocado. He taught me so I could understand how to measure mass in chem. And it goes like 6.0. No, here's the secret now, don't you see? 6.02 times 10 to the power of 23. Now you can measure anything here in honors chemistry.
Wow. Hey, that was hard.
And the best part, they all said avocado.
They all said avocado.
That repeat part. So that's the chorus.
It's an avocado.
It's an avocado. Exactly. So that was pretty wild. So once that happened, I kind of just kept going.
That's beautiful, and it's really dope that you made an original piece with your mom and all that, because I feel like when you have that relationship with your parent and all that, and you're able to vibe off of something, it just makes that bond much more strong.
Makes it stronger, and it pushes me further too. You know what I'm saying?
It also sets that goal and aspiration for yourself. That like if your mom believes in you and she's making these musics with you, bro, you can do anything.
You do anything exactly.
Yeah.
It's like they have, since when the parents have your back, it's like right now my parents got my back. It's like I got nothing to prove. I got my family on my side. I got nothing to prove. We're just here doing what we got to do just to help spread the joy. You know what I'm saying?
So on Talks of the Ukulele, have you actually performed at venues or anything like that?
Oh yeah, man, all around town.
Oh,
here
in Ventura.
Well,
here around town. Let's hear 'em.
Here around town and in Auburn. So hold on, we got to finish this Draft House story though.
Yeah.
I want to jump ahead because it's gonna come back. That'll come back around. All right. But the first place I ever played was the Draft House in Auburn, Alabama.
Okay.
Yeah, so I did the Won't Back Down. So I started there. And then I went to this place called Zoners. It was a pizza, wings, and waffles.
Oh, okay.
Waffles were all right. Wings were pretty good. Pizza was pretty good. I said pizza, wing. That's probably the order of how bad it is. Yeah.
That pizza by myself. I'm like, yo, standard.
Yeah, then you fucking put a waffle on top of that. You're like, yeah, it sounds great. So I played there at Auburn, and then hold on.
Yeah, water break.
Water, hydrate, hydrate, exactly.
H2O, hydrated bro.
What was that?
It said H2O, hydrated bro.
Look at that. We'll definitely do a horn for water.
Let's take a horn for that one.
Cash money. That water is cash money right there. Cash.
Health is wealth.
Health is wealth, man. I feel like music spreads the health.
Oh, most definitely.
That was a big debate I used to have. Like, how important is like music? You know what I'm saying? Like really, it's an intangible thing. Mm-hmm. I'm agriculture. Like, the fruits of my labor. The cucumber. I used to grow cucumbers, dude. Bigger than this mic. It was crazy. Yeah, man. Yeah, dude.
Wow.
Yeah, wild, man. A cucumber party. Like, we cut the insides out of them out and like I had drinks. It was insane. That was wild. That was somewhere 2021 right there. We said music heals. Yeah, heal a bro, H2O, heal a bro. I like that. That was good. Yeah, that was music. Yeah. How important it is. Yeah. Oh yeah, but I've learned that music really does heal. It's like it's that special magic.
Oh, for sure. It's like I like to explain to people when you're singing a song, in a sense, as the lead singer of a band. I feel like it's your projection, it's your message to the world. It's not only that, but it's kind of like not your job, but it kind of just spiritually happens, and you intertwine with your audience and. You all vibe off of it. Yeah. Oh, well, the best thing ever is when you're you feel this as an audience member too. When someone's playing music and everyone's just clapping along or singing along, you feel the energy around you. It's not like an embarrassing thing. It's more like it's more of a community building thing. Oh, for sure. It's like when that happens, like everyone in the room is having a great time. Even the guy that's just like two-stepping in the corner. And
exactly.
Because
it's no longer about the musician or it's about the music.
Exactly.
It's like we're like just one person has to be playing it, but it's just like we're all equal in that equation. It's like that cycle we were talking about the river in the beginning. See, it's all come back to the river, the Colorado River. Yeah, exactly. Damn. But
there you go.
It's all about continuing that circle in and out. It's that call and response. Yeah. So we're in Auburn right now. We're in Auburn because there's a lot to happen before I start playing out here. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. This didn't happen overnight. So, I think it took like 8 months here actually.
Okay.
It took 8 months. So okay. Yeah.
So then after Auburn, where did
exactly? Yeah. So exactly. So we did Auburn. I dropped an album actually. It was called Bits and Pieces. Dropped on Earth Day, 4/22/22. That was a pretty good day. It was a lot of fun. It's like it's a cute album, man. Check it out. It's got 10 songs, 30 minutes.
Yeah. Where can actually the audience find it off of?
Anywhere. Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, Amazon.
Well, there you go.
Maybe Pandora. Who knows? YouTube probably. Who knows? Bossman Music. It's out there somewhere. It's actually under my name, Adam. That's the thing about the digital space. You gotta choose one. That's right. Cash money. What's up? What'd you say?
I was like, yeah. Even if you find it off a burn CD somewhere, go.
Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah. If you find a burn CD, let me know because that'd be dope. So I dropped the album. Yeah, there you go. Then I graduated college. Had a phenomenal graduation. That's a story for a different time. And maybe you can get out of me at some point, but probably not. Maybe not tonight, but some other time maybe. Graduation was great, and I was trying to find a job. And I went to a career fair. Wouldn't you know it? Who the fuck? It worked.
Okay.
So I went to the career fair. I saw. Truth be told, I was walking around and I saw plants and I saw a cute girl with the plants and I was like, I'll go talk to the cute girl who has the plants behind the thing. I was like, okay, like this doesn't seem to be a bad idea, you know. So I'm talking to her where she's doing for Bonnie Plants, and I gave her actually one of my business cards.
Okay.
I always carry around some cards with me, and so like it's here. Look at that.
Yeah. Let's shout out
Oh my gosh.
shout out the business card.
This uke's been
The
through
uke
it already.
is okay.
The uke is okay. The uke is always okay. Yeah, dude, for the cards. So I went up to her and I was like, yo, here, my card. That's exactly how I did it. I wish I had my uke on me there.
At Bossman Music.
Exactly.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen.
I love the uke. It's so happy.
Awesome.
It's so cool to have it right here right now. It's like, this is really neat to like, you're doing great.
I also like the tribal carving into it. It's
Oh
amazing.
yeah, man,
Love
this is a neat uke. I got this at a festival with my parents. We had this. It was like a 30-day music festival in Florida.
Okay.
And I get this. This is crazy. This is crazy. So I was at this record shop and we were sitting there watching Michelle Malone play music. She's a really. This is like a southern singer-songwriter festival.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of singer-songwriters, not even like big or anything, but like Steve Earle was there.
Okay.
That was cool.
Oh,
yeah.
alright.
I met Steve Earle the second time I went. I was like, Steve. He's like,
Oh,
what? I run
that's
over there.
awesome.
I'm like, Steve. Oh my god, I love Copperhead Road. Like, I learned the man. To Steve Earle. He was funny. He's a neat guy to talk to. But so the first year I went to that 30-day festival, I see this ukulele on the wall, and I'm like, wow, I could use a new uke. It's got a input jack, so it's pretty good. That helps me out, and it's got a tuner. I'm like, I'm gonna buy this uke. So I bought the uke, but I didn't have a case for it. So I'm sitting there. I go around. I'm meet my parents at the next show. And there's only one seat up front. I'm like, all right. I'm fine. I can sit there. So I just sit there like this, Thinking nothing of it. It's just I just bought my new ukulele. To me, it's just my new uke. I got nothing to just to have it. After they finished, they pointed like, "Are you next?" I'm like, "Well, if you let me, I will be." So this festival, I'm just attending. I'm just coming there, just like watch. I took this uke, and not 20 minutes after I bought it, I played my first performance with it.
That's amazing.
It was sick, dude. I played my original song, "High on Life," and then the mountain song. No, actually, the mountain song, then "High on Life." Exactly. Yeah.
That's honestly an amazing story. I mean, off the first day you bought it.
Yeah,
and
20 minutes.
You
20
performed
minutes
at a festival.
Yeah, it was
doesn't
crazy.
Get better than that because not only are you getting like live crowd experience.
Yeah.
But I mean, that had been an amazing feeling.
It was great. It was good. It's good to do those. It's like you were saying, you receive as much as you give. I feel like for me, it's like this is like I receive playing music because I love to play and I enjoy it. But I also know it gives. I know it makes other people smile and such like that. So it's cool to have a moment like that with my parents sitting there too. Like that's like I just can see that very clearly in my head. Like just like sitting there, so I'm like, this must be bringing them a lot of joy. And all the people around them, I know it did. So it's like kind of help me understand what I can try and do. It opens you up to like those things you can receive to give more. Like you're saying, as a giver, when you can get moments like that, it allows you to have a bigger cup.
Well, most definitely.
Yeah.
Okay. So
we got the uke. We got the uke.
Got the uke.
Then we got the job for Bonnie Plants, and then they sent me over here to Oxnard, California.
Okay.
I had
Shout out Oxnard.
Shout out Oxnard with the strawberries.
Jeez.
That's where my greenhouse was.
Actually, a whole lot of agriculture.
Play it again.
Yeah. No, there's most definitely a lot of agriculture love out there in the city of Oxnard.
Absolutely. I mean, it's the ag start. It's like, a lot of people, it's wild. They have a higher population in Ventura, but it's a lot more ag land. It's wild. So I got this job in Oxnard. I was like stoked. So I drove cross country to get here. It's like a month and a half long road trip. Me, my ukulele, and I had all my instruments, my whole thing, like packed to the brim, And opposite of you today, now I was like, I was like, everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. By the end of it, so I took a month and a half trip, cross country. I could go into hours on this trip. So it's like, but like that just no, I went to Montana, went to Oregon. He's bringing them water. This is just wow.
It's golden.
Golden
Shout out
indeed.
to the milkman, Greg Metro, ladies and gentlemen.
Woohoo!
Let's get a round of applause for that.
Yeah. That
Technical difficulties. We'll take that one.
we have a laugh, but we don't have to. That's our clap. It's first everything, but now we all got water. Look at that.
H2O hydrated, bro. Let's go.
Hydrate, hydrate. I love it. There we go. We got two water phrases. Amazing. There you go. Cash money, water.
Gee, cash money.
Cash money. Okay, so I had a lot of water driving cross country too. I went to like a spring, for instance. Like there's like a natural spring, so I filled up my bottle with natural water. It was great. Went to a permaculture design course. So I learned all about permaculture and regenerative farming. Learned about these cycles I've been talking about.
Okay.
That was a big enlightenment period in my life, you could say. Learned a lot, met a lot of people. Learned about the nature and the world around us and a lot about myself. It was very interesting. Alan Booker, he was the teacher. Smart man, really helped me understand like our ecosystems more. And I think we can understand the true ecosystem. You can understand your community better.
Oh, most definitely, because that's the best way to look at it. I mean, if you want to know what's going on, you got to look at the nature and the stuff surrounding it.
Because we are still nature. Like regardless, even here in the milk room, we are definitely part of nature here.
Yeah, to and from come from the earth.
We got some good energy.
Shout out to the special guest pulling up.
Oh, look at this. Oh, we got people pulling up. It's always a party at the milk room.
It's always a party.
Like, what's up? I like how we were like saying we didn't want people to pull up, and now we're pulling up. But it's like I like it. Yeah, exactly. There it is. See, now like they're part of the energy now. They're part of this now.
Hey, the universe is intertwined.
Absolutely. It's the language of the universe. As long as you can speak all the same language.
So you're working here in Oxnard.
So I drive cross country. I go down the one. I do this whole thing. I jump into the ocean. My family comes. The whole thing. So I get to Oxnard. I start working for 8 months at this greenhouse. The deal here was like the deal was they were going to send me out here as a trainee station manager, but they were going to send me somewhere else very soon. So when I got here, I had no idea how long I had. I just knew I had time. But I had no idea how much time. But I moved to Oxnard. I was in Port Miami for a bit.
Okay.
And my last day of the trip, I was in Santa Barbara, and I went to this place called Wildworks.
Wildworks is nice.
You know Wildworks?
Yeah, I know Wildworks.
Yeah, exactly,
nice.
man.
Nice.
It's cash money. We're hoping cash money for it. Yeah, we'll send some cash money their way because
for
we're
sure.
always trying to help out that place. So I get there, I meet this guy Sam, and I'm like, dude, I'm a little like I did at Auburn with the playing on the spot. I was like, yo, man, can I play for you? Like I saw a stage. Exactly. He's like, you know what? Come to this open mic next week, and we'll see what you got more. I'm like, okay. So I did the thing. I was like, okay, I'll go back, and I go back to this open mic the following Tuesday, and I just have a time in my life. I'm just playing ukulele, I'm playing guitar. It was crazy. It was so much fun. So I kept going back every single week, kind of just learning, meeting people. I was there for my birthday. That was fun. That was kind of cool because I had nowhere else to go. I was like, I don't have any family out here. I was living like an Airbnb, so I didn't really have like a solid
it's kind of
home.
tough when you're out here on your own and all that. But I mean, by the way it sounds, you managed.
Well, yeah. So I started off over there, and then I went to Santa Barbara, and then eventually I discovered Ventura.
Okay.
Like I was just I spent like a month and a half.
Shout out to Ventura.
Dude, yeah, get all the sound effects of Ventura. Yeah. All day.
So you touched down here.
Here, and the first thing I did, I saw the stage out on Main Street, and I was like, they just leave this here? It went off my head. I was like, they just fucking put
opportunity.
Yeah, you just like put this here? So I was like, so I just walked up and started playing. Like I was like, this is here. That's what I'm gonna do. I have my uke with me, of course. I always bring it everywhere I go, basically, because it's just sling around the shoulder. So I started playing.
Remember what song in particular you just started playing?
Oh. I can hardly remember the first song of it. I can do the first song of my shows, never the second. Every show I do this weekend. That'd be so cool.
See, I love that though, because that's like a once in a lifetime opportunity, an experience for people that are watching.
Yeah, definitely. Those people at Finney's, like they were vibing. I remember they were really digging it, and like
that's awesome.
Yeah, dude, it was
Yeah, when I saw stage, hopped up on there and started playing.
Yeah, man, that was
beautiful.
Yeah, I was like,
so is that how you actually came to interact and get involved with Greg?
No, Greg, I met.
Tell us more about that. How'd you?
That was like
Greg?
Last week.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, we can jump the whole thing from like first day to like last week if you want to do that, and then we got to backtrack. But
we'll keep it on the same
track. Yeah, because
we'll
the milk room's part of it too. The milk room comes in to play. I've always loved the milk room. I want to like make sure we emphasize milk. I love milk in it. This is my milk room. Definitely. Shout out to the milk room. I got this here last week. And I got another milk merch a few days ago when I met you, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Get straight out real quick.
Shout out to the milk room, dude. Shout out to the milk room. Because so I'm walking downtown. I come downtown a few times, and I see one time, oh, this place is like popping off. There's a guy rapping on the stage over there. I'm like, oh, I'm like, okay. I didn't know where anything was. Yeah, I was like, I did the stage, walked up and down. I was like, fuck, I love this place. So then I come back a few times. I see the milk room. I come in here. I'm just like vibing. I'm just like, yeah, I can get used to this. Probably got the uke on my back, probably. So then the real start to the music though was when I brought my guitar, come back to play on the stage. I went to Winchester's, ate watched some music, walked down. I saw this dude next to the Ventura Majestic Theater. He had a guitar. I was like, oh shit, let me go play with him. So I start jamming with him. His name is Josh Jones.
Josh Jones.
Yeah, you know Josh Jones?
I feel like I've probably seen him here if he's been performing off of Main Street.
Yeah, he's usually a drummer, but he also plays guitar. He's a great guy. Got a little bit longer hair. Great guy.
Shout out to Josh.
Shout out to Josh Jones. Yeah. So I met him, and I was like, dude, let's jam. So we jammed, and then this guy, Aaron Birch, from the studio upstairs, came and started talking to us. So he showed us his studio, and then, get this, Josh says, hey, man, I'm playing at this bar across the street. I'm like, oh, what's the bar called? He said, I'm playing at the Sewer. And I'm like, what is this sewer you're talking about? And he's like, oh, come on in, man. So that's when I learned about the sewer. So, you know, I was enlightened again. You know, that another enlightening period, you know, exactly, going to the sewer. so I went and watched him perform this whole show, and I was like, wow, this place is fucking dope. So I want to live here. So I got to live here. So I eventually found my apartment down the street. I live, you know, just down the street on Main Street.
Okay.
I wanted to be close because now I was still working this job. Remember, this whole time I'm still working this job. I finally moved out of this Airbnb. Crazy person. And I moved to my apartment. This was in September. I got to Oxnard waiting me in July. July 14th, my first day on the job. Probably moved to that apartment September 9th. So we got like a month and a half, 2 months.
You're just grinding it out.
Trying to find a home. Spot. Exactly. So I found the home, and then everything changed. So once I was able to live here, you know, everything turned up to an 11. You know, before I lived here, I knew the farmer's market was going on downtown. Mm-hmm. I saw it was a new one moving to Main Street. So before I even moved here, I saw what was going on, and the Aloha Fest the same day.
Yeah, the Aloha Festival and all those.
So I saw what was going on. So I came and I played the very first farmer's market. And I go there on the street, and like, you can't play on the street. I'm like, okay. Yeah. I'm like, I go to the other side, like, you can't play over there. I'm like, okay. I go in front of the mission, like, you can't play there. I play on the sidewalk. I'm like, okay. So I go on the sidewalk, and I just take a step back, like, is that okay? They're like, sure. And so I keep playing it. I'm playing at the farmer's market doing that. Because that's what I grew up doing when I first started playing music ever. I told you the Avogadro. Then my mom also encouraged me to go start busking. You know what busking is?
Yeah, I love busking.
Love busking, man. It's the most fun there is. It's like it's paid to practice.
Yeah.
And just producing that energy again. We're talking about.
Not only
just
that, but it's like,
there.
you know, like, and that's the beautiful part because me also being somewhat in the music industry myself. Seeing busking, it's not so much of panhandling because people see it that way. Busking, in a sense, is projecting your voice and sharing your love for music with the audience that is either passing by for the moment or willing to stop and listen.
Absolutely.
And when they stop and listen, that's when you specifically know for a reason, like, yo, this is something that is made for me. And people actually do care, and they actually do want to listen.
You're really impacting those people's day, and you know it's like you're not doing it for the money. You can't be busking for the money, or else.
Oh yeah, no.
You can't.
I mean, it's beautiful.
So it's like it's nice to help. Like, thanks, I can buy some food. But like, it's like you're saying, it's just singing out in public is like, it's just great. It just kind of, and that eliminates any nerves. Everyone's asking, "Do you have nerves?"
It's a confidence
huge,
booster.
man, because you're just playing and practicing and playing and practicing. You're practicing and playing in front of people all the time. So it's like. You know, because no one's really listening, but they are listening. Definitely. I used to play at this, to play at the farmer's market back in Marietta where I lived. But then there was also this like fountain. So here's what crazy about Ventura. In Marietta Square, where I'm from, we had the fountain. The fountain over here. And then we also had like a Rocket Fizz. The same candy shop.
Yeah.
I got the same one in my hometown. Shout out to Rocket Fizz. Candy, bro.
Oh, no way. You got a Rocket Fizz?
The same one. That's
no
crazy.
Way. Okay.
Yeah, dude.
Wow. Shout out to Rocket Fizz for sure, because I mean, there's a good distance on that one.
Yeah, dude. That was wild. So I was like, oh my gosh, this is insane. So I used to play at a fountain, and like, you know, I walk around the fountain and bus, and people loved it. You know, it was fun. So like, it was a little 16-year-old Adam pre-beard, so it's like, it was a good time. So I got here, did the farmer's market, go to Aloha Fest, and then I go surf. I taught myself how to surf since I moved here.
That's awesome.
Dude, it's dope. You surf?
Honestly, it's a shame of me to say I'm a local from Ventura and don't know how to surf. But I mean, the fact that you moved here and managed to pick up surfing, that's a hard thing.
This is the first thing I did. Before I found any music, I learned how to surf.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Surfing was great. Because from the East Coast, all you think, you surf at the beach. Like, what else could you possibly do? You surf.
That's right. I forget there's like the whole, I wouldn't say cultural difference, but there's for sure the difference in East Coast and West Coast.
And even just living by a beach or growing up on one. You know, to me, I'm by the beach. I'm on vacation right now. Because beach
most
equals
definitely.
Vacation.
It's being local and from around it for so long, you know, we see it as in a sense, as a luxury. You know, it's luxurious to be in a city.
It is luxurious to have a beach. Who's this luxurious lads? Look at this. Hello. Look at this. What's up?
We ain't over till we over.
We're good?
Yeah, you're good.
Nice. It's like
Carry on.
Spider-Verse. It's a multi-level movie here.
There's levels to this.
There's levels to this. Exactly. Where were we? We were talking about. We got here. Aloha Fest. This and that.
You taught yourself how to surf.
I taught myself how to surf. Can you surf?
No, I wish.
Damn. Can you surf? No. This is no. All right. It's fun.
So there you have
Very
it.
very grounding.
Learning how to surf, that's a heavy flex.
I guess so. It's fun. I just taught myself. Just hopped on.
So you're performing around the fountain.
Yeah. So then
Rocket
when we get
Fizz.
here, exactly, Rocket Fizz, see that. So then I Tony's Pizza.
Oh, I love Tony's
Exactly,
Pizza.
love it. So I finished surfing one day, and I got sand on my feet. I'm wearing my drug rug. I meet the owner, Bruce. I'm like, hey Bruce, like, how you doing, man? And I'm like, hey, like, I play ukulele. You want to hear some ukulele? So I go up to him, and I go up and I play, it's been a hard day's night, and I'm working like a dog. And he's like, yeah, fuck yeah. So he says, oh, you should come and perform in between the reggae nights. I was like, hell yeah. So I started doing an in-betweener set at the reggae nights.
on, was it
On
Thursday
Thursdays.
nights?
I'll be there tomorrow. I'll be there tomorrow. Still doing it, man.
Nice.
Still doing it now. It's a great gig. I love doing it. Get some pizza, get some beer, meet some friends.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. If you're around the Ventura County local area, pop out to Tony's Pizzeria. Catch yours
Thursday.
truly performing there.
Yeah, I'm the in-betweener act sometimes there. So that was how I kind of started doing that. And then I went to the Twist. And I walked by the first time I went by the Twist. Love the Twist, dude. All about the Twist. 'Cause I think they have best music in town. 'Cause when I first moved here, I was looking. I was like, oh my god, look at this. Like, wow, like this place is so cool. I love the music.
Very subtle, jazzy.
Yeah,
classical,
and it was kind of
little taste
transitioning.
everything.
Yeah, oh my god, this is like okay. So this is like already now. So I meet this woman Michelle. I'm walking by, I do my thing. I meet this woman Michelle.
Okay.
And she's really cool. She's like this cool, like just kind of like hostess. She's like, "What's up, dog? How you doing?" I'm like, "What's up? Like, how you doing?" Like, yeah. She's like, "I'll take a seat." I'm like, "All right, sure, I'll take a seat." I start chit chatting with her, talking about my plants. I'm working the job in agriculture, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, I'll be working on plants, but I also play ukulele." She's like, "No way." I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "You should meet the owner." I'm like, "Great, I'll meet the owner." So I meet the owner, and I'm talking to him, and we were watching television music. He's like, "Oh, this and that." I'm like, do you have any spots to play? He's like, "Yeah, maybe. You could just send me some of your stuff." I'm like, "Well, I got a ukulele if you want to hear my stuff." He's like, "No, just send it to me." Okay. Keep talking to him. He's like, "Just send it to me." I'm like, "Dude, I will play you right now if you just let me. I'll play for you a song right now. Give you like 45 seconds." And he's like, "All right." So he took me to the back, and I played him I Won't Back Down again. And he's like, "Okay, I'll give you a shot." So he let me come to this thing called Live on Main. Live on Main, the Twist on Main. It's every Friday night. It's an artist showcase. This guy was running it. I was at the very first one. I performed at it. I brought my ukulele. I brought my guitar. I was playing a little bit of banjo too. And
banjo.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot of layers.
There's a lot going on.
A lot going on. Yeah, exactly. So I'm telling you, we can go deeper into everything. You know what I'm saying? Everything has a little path. But we'll stick on the Ventura storyline. We're here in Ventura. Let's keep going. You know what I'm saying? Then we'll come back. We'll bring all that. Maybe we'll come back and do like a banjo. I'll bring the banjo. We tell all the stories.
Oh, most definitely. We're gonna have another.
Another
episode.
instrument. Exactly. Yeah. So I do this Live on Main thing. I'm like, that was sweet. That was dope. So I keep going basically every week to Live on Main and Thursday night at Tony's. But then the owner of the Twist is transitioning owners. So the new owner, his name is Chris. Okay. And, at my first Live on Main, I saw this dad just jamming out to my shit, just like fucking rocking out. Just like, I was like, yeah, dude, like, fuck yeah. Like, I'm all about you rocking out. Yeah. So that's the new owner of the Twist. Okay. And I saw the next Live on Main. He's like, hey, like, do you want like a consistent show? I'm like, sure. So I got my second Saturday shows at the Twist. I was there every single second Saturday. So now, like, boom, I got my first show in Ventura locked in. And then before that, I actually went to VCBC. So my very first show in Ventura, I went to VCBC and I met Alan. He's like, can I have a show? Like, can I play? I think I did the same thing again, actually. I think I actually played for him too. Did the same deal. And he's like, sure. So I went, yeah, dude, it's the way. So my first show was VCBC. It was the very beginning of November. And then the next weekend, I had the Twist show. So I had two in November, right back to back. And I already done this in Auburn, so I kind of knew a little bit this beginning part of like, okay, we get a show here, a show there, just try and keep going, Yeah. So and I had the Thursday nights, and I would go to every Friday, and then Thanksgiving rolls around, my parents come to visit, it's a great time, they come and see this stuff. I do the Live on Main, I show them Tony's Pizza, it was good stuff. So they leave, and I keep like, okay, so I'm also thinking in the back of my head, my job that's gonna move me, I'm like, shit, I gotta if we can do this, we can do this. But I gotta work hard.
Balancing your passion and then also balancing career choices.
Exactly, just really just being able to live there.
You manage.
Yeah, you just gotta manage. You just gotta be able to pay rent and eat food. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of what you gotta do.
It's necessity.
The necessities, dude. Yeah. So I kept grinding. Every day after work, I would go back outside. I just bring my ukulele everywhere. Like 3 months, I never left the house with my ukulele. Just everywhere I went. So I'd do live on Main, and then Tony's would keep going. And eventually Tony started doing a monthly market. So he gave me a third Saturday show, which worked out really nicely. So I got 2 of them. I'm like, okay, that's great. And I'm like, okay, exactly, that's going good.
Exactly.
So the new owner, the previous owner was running live on Main. He had to stop doing it. He had some health problems, so they had a new host do it. Okay. He was doing okay. It wasn't the same. It wasn't like, it's supposed to be an artist showcase, supposed to have a lot of different people. I don't want to hyper too much on anyone. It's positivity, but it wasn't exactly in the same way the previous owner was doing it, inviting new people every week. So he was doing it for a bit, and then he left to go to Australia or somewhere. I don't know. He didn't really communicate it. He just kind of left. I'm like, okay. Yeah. So I heard about this, and I got a little headway on this, and then one time actually, and then let me back up a little bit. One time he got sick, and I got a little headway on this, and I was like, oh, damn, someone's got to run live on Main. So I go to the owner, Chris. I'm like, hey, Chris, what's going on? Do you need someone to run the show for tomorrow? He's like, yeah, can you? I'm like, absolutely. So in 36 hours, I got 3 acts to come the very next day.
That's nice.
It was dope,
Cash
dude.
money, man,
Cash
right
money.
there.
I had Josh Jones come back.
Josh Jones.
Yeah, so that was great. Josh Jones. All these things
Shout out
come
to
back
Josh
around. I'm
Jones.
telling you, man, everything comes back around. So I do that first one. That was great. And then I go home for a little bit to visit my family in Atlanta. And I come back. The guy who's still hosting it is still gone. So the deal was I would come back and I would host live on Main. And I was like, he's like, you can host it for all of February, and then we'll give it back, and we'll see how it goes. I'm like, okay. So I start booking through February because I want to host this show. This is a cool thing. Like, it's a thing every Friday. Like, it's dope. It's like you get to see new people. So I started booking people. I started going to open mics and like singer-songwriters, and just like ask me, you want to come like play at the showcase? You know, it's like Friday nights, like a mid-hour set. I'll like get you some dinner and a drink. You know, it's like good stuff.
That's
like,
amazing.
yeah, dude, you get to play anything you want.
Sounds like the overall networking amongst musicians and intertwining them back to the main stage.
Exactly.
It's beautiful.
It's great. You know, it's like it's so neat to be a musician to help musicians. You know, we're all playing the same game while trying to help each other.
Exactly.
No one's trying to like get ahead, trying to screw each other over to get ahead of one another. If we all stick together, it all sounds better together. You know, it's more powerful sound.
Yeah, I'm a firm believer in when whether it's you have a band or if you have a solo artist, you know, when you come together, the power of sound is very powerful in disregards of like what genre you play.
Yeah.
You know, when you're able to speak, you know, it's musician talk. So I feel like when you're able to extend to a certain caliber and help others that are trying to pursue the same passion as you, or even the same hobby in a sense, it gives them a voice and it gives you voice, and you know everyone's loving and thriving off of it.
When your passions meet each other and you're working towards the same thing, you know.
Most definitely.
And that can be translated to any other language of the universe, you know, whether it's you're talking about, you know, selling clothes or being a doctor or, you know, like being a waiter.
Investing in the water ecosystem.
It's exactly.
agriculture.
Riparian rights, that's just water rights, you know, for all of us. It all follows the same thing. It's all the same thing in the end. You know, it's not any different from one another. It's the form might be different, but the energy behind it can really well be the same. You know,
most definitely. So in
Wow.
performing on all these stages and all that,
So
where does Greg fall into this? You
Where's
said
what?
you just met him just a couple of weeks ago or so.
Okay. So we're getting there. It's all gonna lead up. I know the path to get there. Okay, we're gonna come right to this couch. All right, I promise. We're gonna land right at this
here.
couch. Yeah, we're gonna get right here because we're doing live on Main. That all kind of
Live
leads
on
up to
Main.
this. You know, it all kind of builds up. So I'm doing this, and eventually I book all of February, and then I'm like, can I do March? He's like, sure. So I start booking March, and I was like, okay, this guy's coming back. Like, what are we doing? He's like, can I keep this thing? I'm running this thing. I'm going. And eventually, we kind of
sounds like
decided.
pretty much having in charge of this.
Yeah,
point.
so we decided I would just take over. So now since then, I've been running that showcase live on Main every single Friday. So every Friday from 5 to 8 at the Twist on Main Street, I run this show. I find new artists every single week. It's great. It's so fun. So at this point, now I had every Friday and 2 Saturdays booked. And I was like, okay, we're pushing for it because we just need to be able to stay because the job is still going to send me away. You know,
Yeah,
so
most definitely.
I had to do something. So
You always got to stay consistent, do something.
you gotta do something, you know. So kept hustling. So we're you know, I feel it's draining. It was draining, man. You know. So I went to the 6. I tried to get a show there. It didn't really work out. But there was this other place, you know, Robley Cafe next to the sewer. Little pink coffee shop.
Shout out Robley Cafe.
Shout out Robley Cafe.
Very
such
local.
sweet people. Don't go to Starbucks. Go to Robley. Get your local coffee. Get your local croissant. Like
very
yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's $2 more. What's $2 going to be in 2 weeks? Come on, let's keep our people here. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Not only that, but the actual customer satisfaction.
Yeah, dude, I'm very satisfied every
And
time.
service.
Playing there this Sunday, that's great. Because that's supposed. But basically, I went there and I was there opening day. Keys Go plays opening day, so I go opening day there, and like I kept going back and back again and again and again. And I was like, hey, like, are y'all trying to play live music here? And they're like, sure. I was like, oh well, I'm a musician. Like, do you want? And they're like, sure. So they why don't you come play for the month of April, and then we'll see how it goes. I was like, okay, great. So I started playing all the month of April. I'm like, this is great. This is fucking falling in line now, you know. Mm-hmm. So the week of 420 rolls around. I know, great week.
Shout out.
and on that Monday, I get a call from my work and they're saying, Adam, we're going to transfer you to Washington State. I'm like, yeah. It's time. It's time. The time has come. The time has come. So 8 months, I was like, okay. And I got to this point. I was looking at my schedule. You know, this is how you got to look at it. You know, every Friday, I had 2 Saturdays, and every single Sunday booked for a show. And that last weekend, I remember I went to work on Friday, and I left. I finished stacking all this wood, and I left. I just left early because I was like, I'm not coming back. I'm not coming back. You know, that weekend I had 3 shows on that Sunday. I played at Robley. They had a kid's birthday party. Then I played at this new spot, Bellringer Brewery. I'm playing there too, a brand new spot. Playing over there. I love those folks too. Nice. They're so great. They're so great. And so I went on Monday, and I was like, my boss, my trainer was like, you clocking in? I'm like, clocking out. So
wow.
yeah, man. Right. Yeah. So going to sleep knowing the next day you're gonna change your life is kind of it's a wild night of sleep. I'll tell you that much. Mm-hmm. So I quit my job and started just heading the music. And then about a week later, I earned the right to be the director of music entertainment at the Twist on Main Street. Wow. So now I run live on Main. I run live on Main and book all the shows there. So now I'll bring people to live on Main and I'll try and book them for a full show. Like on the weekends. It's kind of dope. It's like kind of fun. Once again, helping musicians.
That's a beautiful accomplishment right there.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
Give yourself a pat on the back for that one.
I'm stoked for it, man. Yeah, dude. It's great. It's really great. I'm very grateful for where I am right now.
Almost.
To all those people I told that got me all here. So I was walking down the street. So now I was able to kind of like live my life just on a daily task, just do whatever I want to do. Just walk around. So then I started surfing more. I started sleeping more. I started reading more. Sleeps nice. I started walking down the street more. And I was walking down the street one day and I saw this shirt on the rack, and I was like, whoa. This is kind of dope. It says, rock your socks off. I saw the lady. Here, I'll stand up. So you can look at
go ahead and give the Kim fit check.
I knew this was part of the story here. I think it's pretty good. I think it's I looked at her and I said, that's
fire fit check.
Fire. Exactly. Cash money here at the milk room.
Sure.
I saw it standing right out there. I was like, oh my gosh, this looks great. So I was like, okay. I got the shirt. It was 2 for $10. I said, can I get 1 for $5? And this man Spins was up here, and he was like, yeah, man, you get $5. So I'm at Spins. Like, shut the Spins. Yeah. So like, dope, dude. Thanks for the shirt. So and that was like about 3 weeks ago. So I'm still popping around town, and now like I have shows. I have a show tomorrow. I got this today, and then tomorrow I got Tony's Pizza. Then Friday live on Main. Saturday I'm at the Twist for a 3-hour set. Then I have Bellringer in the afternoon on Sunday and Robley Cafe in the morning on Sunday. So now I've got shows. Just
consistency,
man. I am one-man band. I'm telling you, dude, I can bring a whole setup here. I have a uke, guitar, and a banjo, and I loop pedal all of it, and my voice. It's a wild thing, man. Yeah, it's dope shit. It's new. I'm doing something different. I'm trying some new stuff, so I'm very excited to see new stuff, I think it sounds good, too, so I think it sounds cool. But now I'm just playing. I had a show on last Tuesday at this place called the Victorian House. The tavern, yeah.
Yeah.
I was looking for an artist brew, so kind of similar to what I do, but just kind of more of like a maker's market. And I was like, yo, can I play there? Like, sure. I was like, fuck yeah. I just want to play at the Victorian House. Like you're saying, it's opening yourself up to these opportunities. The more you do, I just hadn't played there yet. I want to play there to open myself up to those opportunities,
Of course.
Just send, we can take as much as we can do. My buddy River says, show me how good it can get,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm a firm believer in the more you search yourself into something, like, what's the worst thing they're going to tell you? No, it's like, okay, redirect
move
that
on.
energy
Exactly.
elsewhere.
Yeah, exactly.
That's exactly what it sounds like you're doing.
Exactly. The more roots you have, the stronger, bigger roots, the more fruit it will give.
Oh, most definitely.
And I learned that at the talking to people, just learn more things. Now I have a chance to talk to so many people. But I was playing at the Victorian House, and Spins walks by, and I guess he sees me. He's like, oh, shit, like, let's go see this kid. Let's go see this guy. And so he sits there, and then Craig's there. I'm like, okay. So I saw the Milk Room merch. I was like, oh, cool, like, this is Milk Room. I came in talking to Spins about the shirt. I was like, yo, like, I know y'all do music here. I'm always like looking for music, man. Like, as you can tell, like, this whole conversation, I hope you're seeing it's like, it doesn't shut off very often.
The consistency and love for music is real.
Yeah, man. And just to share it, man. Just to be a part of it in any community we can find. I think it's just great. One person told me if you play music for everybody, you're a sellout. I don't think that's true. No. I think if you play music for anybody, then you're playing music for anybody. You're playing music for the earth around you. I'm not playing for you or for him. I'm playing for anyone who wants to listen.
Yeah, but something. You're playing music for those that are around you. Most importantly, though, you're playing music for yourself.
Yeah, I choose the songs I like to play, but I also try and find a balance of songs I know people want to hear. If you're performing, I don't want you're performing. Put it on. I love it because it fuels me.
That all falls back to what I had said earlier on the whole as a lead singer. It's like whatever you're seeing or whatever your message is, being projected into the world. Others are going to receive that.
Exactly, and Craig received it. Because I was playing only originals at this showcase. So I played this song called "Oh Buffalo."
Oh Buffalo.
Yeah. So
let's give it a little taste.
Little taste. Buffalo, where do you roam? Why are you going home? I'll play this with the verse first here, Well, if you are, can I come with you? 'Cause I really love to see a little buffalo home. And I know we ain't been great in the past. When you see us, you just probably want to kick our ass. Yeah, it keeps going. A little taste, a little
yes, sir.
More, I need a little more. So I did. I was in my cross country road trip. I was in Yellowstone, and I saw a bunch of buffalo just crossing. There's like a green valley, like a river and a road, and hundreds of buffalo in the middle. I'm sitting there with my ukulele. These kids come up. They're like, "Hey, Adam, can you play us the buffalo song?" I mean, I don't have one, but I can write one. So it's called "Oh Buffalo."
Oh Buffalo.
Yeah, and that's cool. I gave those kids a little experience too. It's like I know it's a little drop of just in their life, and they're my story too. So they walked in. This is the thing about the Victorian House. Like I met some very cool people there that day, but it's like they're like, yeah, like you should come over for a podcast right now. This is dope because I love the Milk Room community.
Yeah, most definitely. Appreciate you coming out.
Yeah,
here.
I appreciate y'all having me, man. This kind of dream come true, honestly. This is kind of dope. I just didn't think yeah, dude, this is dope. Like I remember this place vividly on that very first few nights where I was like, the Milk Room's kind of a hot spot. And like, it's a very different community than every other part in Ventura. You have some of these places there in the hallways, but they don't feel as inviting as the Milk Room does. There's definitely a sense of like welcoming here.
Yeah, exactly.
Because
that's kind of like our vision and our goals and ambitions as ourselves for the Milk Room is we want to go ahead and give artists like yourselves a platform. So then you're able to project your music, your message, and give that positive interaction because that's all we're about around here is just that positivity, and we love the customer interaction.
Yeah, it's great. It's like you can feel it when you walk in, So when they told me they could do podcasts here, I'm like, this is great. Like it just shows how one thing leads to another. And now that we're here doing this, we don't know what's coming next. I'm sure there's just the start of something. This does not feel like the end of something. It feels like the start of something new.
Perhaps a future musical show.
Dude, that'd be dope. We do this. I'm amazing. I do another shop down the street called EcuGreen. My buddy has a show called This Is All We Know. It's just a jam session. It's just like you come in. There's not even a list. You just go up there and start singing. Like it's ridiculously fun. That's like me not trying to be biased. Like I don't really host it or anything. I do set it up. It's my equipment. But like it's really just a community-based thing. It's very much whoever shows up, it's your thing. It's like it's all just
community-based is always the best.
Yeah. And so there's so much here too. I feel like there's so much potential in this room right here.
Yeah.
And so it's like cool to be here now. It's like I was just sitting chilling all day. This is my rest day because I got 5 shows coming up the next few days.
Yeah.
So it's like today's my rest day. It's like this is dope. Just come back to the Milk Room. Might like grab some dinner after this. It's like.
Well, brother, we went ahead and took our journey all the way from good old Atlanta, Georgia, to the beautiful seacoast of Ventura, California.
That's right. There's a lot going on.
What message would you want to give to the world?
To the world. I always say to live high on life, And it's like, it's okay to use a little substance here and there. Like everything in moderation, even moderation. But I think so that if you can really channel the light that kind of connects us, the fact that we are here right now, and understand what yours has to offer. That's not the same as anyone else's.
Yeah.
And if you can really find a way to channel that and share it in a positive way, whether for yourself or for others, I hope that it provides you with more love, which will in turn provide those around you with more love, and they'll come back around, you know? I think it's a more loving earth is all we need to help
Exactly.
nature around it.
Well, brother, we appreciate having you here.
Thanks for having me, dude.
Go ahead and have you again in the future.
Yeah.
I'm Average Joe here with
Bossman Music.
Go ahead and give the people some love. Let them know where they can hear your music.
Yeah, dude. Here, we'll do it while we're playing some music.
Just go ahead and do a live little sesh for you real quick.
My name's Lenhard, Bossman Music. You can find me on Instagram at Bossman Music, or Fridays at the Tryst on Main Street, Sundays at Road Cafe. And anywhere, just keep your ears open to Ventura.